in the session today, so just be mindful of your audio and your video. And I'd also like to share the disclaimer screen quickly, and then we can hop right into our class together. Great, thank you so much for your patience on that. So welcome everyone, my name is Melissa, and today I'll be guiding you through a chair yoga practice, and we are going to practice chair yoga for a half an hour together. So as we start today, I always like to put it out there to listen to your body. If any stretches are not working for you, you can always skip them, come on out and modify them. And you're gonna need a chair today. And I really like using a chair that doesn't have arms, just so that I'm able to move a little bit more, can have a little bit more mobility. But if you have a chair that has arms and you're not able to just quickly grab one that doesn't, that's fine too. Just some of the stretches, you may have to work around those a little bit, but you'll definitely be able to do them. Let's begin by finding a comfortable seated position. So you may want to scoot towards the edge of your seat. That will just help you to keep your spine straight. Sometimes if we're sitting back into the chair, we're going to round a little bit. So that's just going to help to elongate your spine. And it's also going to help to engage your core a little bit too, which is great. So we're sitting here and we're also working our core, which is a wonderful thing. And so we'll just give ourselves a moment here to close the eyes. And giving yourself this opportunity to drop into the present moment, to drop into your breath, and to drop into your body. Begin to observe your feet grounded on the ground. Feel your knees in line with your heels. Feel your knees in line with your hips. And then feel that the shoulders are over the hips. So we just don't want to be leaning forward or back too much. And then maybe create a little sensation of engaging your core. We want to feel our tailbone tuck, feel the navel move back and up to the spine slightly. And then creating that line that flows through the spine. Lengthening the back of the neck, reaching and stretching through the crown of the head. And then dropping in, we begin to connect to the rise and the fall of the breath. Lengthening as you inhale and lengthening as you exhale. And then maybe encouraging your exhale to be a little bit longer than the inhale. If you'd like, set an intention for your time today for this chair yoga. So this could be intention that you want to relax a little bit more. Maybe you want to take this opportunity to practice some self-care. So there's no right or wrong, and intentions are nice because it really helps us to connect us to the practice. Let's take a moment to draw our chin into our chest. And then allow for your head to relax back. So we're just going to take a nice gaze right up to the sky. And then chin to your chest. And then allow for your head to relax back. And then we're just going to take this one with our breath for a moment. Coming to a neutral neck here. Right ear to the right shoulder. Back on through to neutral. Left ear to left shoulder. Back on through to neutral. And then we're just going to take this one side to side here for a moment. So we'll take a little flow for the neck. So some of the most common complaints are, neck pain and back pain, and we'll just work through some flows today just to release tension in those areas, to get the circulation and the blood flowing. We'll come back to a neutral neck, and then let your gaze float off your right shoulder. Come back to center, lengthen, and look off your left shoulder. Come back to center and lengthen and release to the right. So we're just going to go side to side here. So our necks, they tend to hold a lot of tension, especially nowadays with our phones. A lot of times we're looking down at the phone and, you know, looking at the computer screen. If we're not having the best alignment in our body, it can just put a lot of strain on the head and the neck. But this is a great little flow. You can always do this anytime through the workday when you're feeling a little tension. Let's come back to a neutral neck, and then we're just going to take our chin and kind of jut it forward. So we're just going to send the chin forward, and then we're going to pull the chin back. And then we're going to send it forward, and we're going to draw it back. And we'll just take that one with the breath for a moment. Excellent. Let's come to that neutral neck here, and we'll bring our hands together up here at the heart space. Let's draw our chin to our chest. We'll do a little round of your back. And then letting the heart come forward, let's relax our shoulders out, back, and down. And then chin to your chest. We'll do a little rounding here of the back. And then heart floats forward. And then moving to the rise and the fall of your breath. And then lengthening as you inhale. And lengthening as you exhale. As you inhale, letting your shoulders relax from your ears. We'll just create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then on the exhale, really rounding your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Great. Let's take a neutral spine here. We're going to take that right hand to your left knee. Take your left hand up and over, and we'll work a little bit with a lateral stretch for the spine. Try to roll your left shoulder back a little bit. Right shoulder is rolling under slightly, and try to feel that the heart is shining up to the sky. We'll come to a neutral spine. You're going to keep your right hand where it is. You're going to take your left hand to your right knee and take your chin to your chest as you breathe out. And then really rounding your back body. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Your left hand's going to stay where it is. Right hand's going to reach up and over. Find your stretch on the other side. Breathing deeply here. Let's expand through the lungs, expanding through the ribs. Full breath in, full breath out. Coming to neutral, let's take our right hand to the left. So arms are going to be crossed the opposite way. This time, take your chin to your chest. We're going to round our back when you're ready. And then let's sweep those hands out to the sides of the room. Hands are going to reach and stretch up to the sky. And we'll take our hands to the heart space as we breathe out. Let's take those hands up. Take a nice deep full breath in. And we're just going to touch the index and the thumbs to touch. And then we're going to release the hands back on down. Take a full breath in. Reach up, stretch up. And release. And then let's take this one with the breath for a moment. Let's take our hands right on up to the sky. We'll take a nice deep full breath in here. And then we're going to do some circling of the wrists. And as we circle, we're just going to let those wrists lower down to about the hips. And then we're going to circle in the other direction. And then we're just going to let our hands float back on up to the sky. A nice deep full breath in, reaching up, stretching out, circle in the other direction, relaxing those hands down when you're ready. Flow in the other direction. And then one last time, let's let those hands float down. And then as your hands relax down, let's take our hands right in line with our shoulders. And we're just going to begin to circle out through the wrists. So maybe finding large circles here, maybe finding smaller circles. And then circle in the other direction. And then let's relax. We're going to take a full breath in. Let's reach our hands to the sky. Hands are going to be right in line with our shoulders. Let's create some fists here. And then we're going to reach and stretch out through the hands. Again, creating those fists. Reach and stretch out. And move at your own pace here for a moment. So just letting go of any tension here that you're holding onto. So I know that our wrists, they can get so kind of cranky and tired with, hands with the computer and with the phone and everything. So just trying to melt away that tension with each breath. Great. And then let's release our hands down. We're just going to let them relax down here. And then same thing, we're going to create some fists and then reach and stretch out through the fingertips. Excellent. Let's shake out those wrists, let go of any tension. Take your hands together, fingers will interlock, palms will touch, and then circling out through the wrists here. So maybe finding large, maybe finding smaller circles here. And then flow in the other direction. Great. Let's give those just a little shake out. Take a nice deep full breath in. Reach and stretch your hands to the sky. Let's take our right hand down our back. Left hand can draw you into the stretch. And try to feel that your spine is straight here. We don't want to be rounded too much, especially in the upper back. So try to keep your spine straight. Try to stay open through the chest and through the heart. Let's take our hands up. Full breath here. Left hand down your back. Right hand draws you into that stretch. Try to relax your shoulders from your ears, creating that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Hands are going to sweep out to the sides of the room. Take a nice deep full breath here. Right hand moves to the left, and then the left hand is going to draw you into the stretch here. Try to relax your right ear from your right shoulder, and just seeing if that helps you move a little deeper into that shoulder stretch. Hands are going to sweep out. Full breath in. Left hand to the right. Right arm draws you into the stretch. Feel your core working here. Feel the tailbone tuck, navel back and up to the spine slightly, creating that long line that flows through your spine. Hands are going to sweep out, full breath in. Let's take our right arm under, left arm over. Reach for opposite shoulders, press the backs of your hands together, and then maybe the arms wrap, and maybe the hands will wrap up. Feel free to stay here. You can also reach your fingertips up towards the sky if you'd like. Give yourself a little bit more stretch in the shoulders. Let's release that one. We're going to sweep our hands out to the sides of the room and left arm under, right arm over. Finding your variation that works for you. Maybe hands reach and stretch to the sky when you're ready. Relaxing your shoulders from your ears. Full breath in and full breath out. Let's release that. We're going to sweep those hands out to the sides of the room and then draw your hands together at the heart. Let's take our hands to the sky. We're going to work with a twist. We're going to take a nice deep full breath in. Release your hands off towards the right. And then maybe gazing off your right shoulder. As you breathe in, feel your spine lengthen. As you breathe out, feel your twist deepen. Hands can reach the sky, full breath here, and release to the other side when you're ready. Maybe gazing off your left shoulder and just seeing if that helps you move a little deeper into the stretch. Coming back to center, we're going to realign here, lengthen, hands reach, touch to the sky, hands to the heart space as you breathe out. Let's reach for the right knee. So we're going to try to take our knee up and into the chest. Fingers are going to interlock, reaching to the front of the knee. And we're going to do a little bit of a circling here in the hip. So maybe find large circles here, maybe find smaller circles. Great. And then let's circle in the other direction. And then taking a moment to pause, pulling your knee up and into your chest and into your stomach. And try to feel the arm tugging into the side of your body, and try to use that arm strength and that shoulder strength to draw the leg in. We are going to lighten up on that stretch and then shifting your right knee off to the right. So try to avoid your stomach, avoid your rib cage, and try to pull that knee into the underarm area. Great. From here, let's take our right leg up and over, and we'll work with this figure 4 stretch. We call this one seated pigeon pose. So on this one, you may want to scoot more towards the edge of your seat. That might help you move a little easier into the stretch. And if you want to deepen your stretch, flex your foot. You can encourage your right knee down towards the ground if you'd like. And then we're just going to breathe here. You can stay here with the spine straight. Option to do a little fold forward if you'd like. And letting your eyes close. Try to relax the eyebrows, relax your jaw. Try to let go of tension through the back of the head, through the back of the neck. Relaxing the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Relaxing the upper, mid, and low back. And then relaxing the legs, relaxing the feet of any tension. And coming up to a neutral spine, let's take those hands up, full breath here. And release your hands to the right when you're ready. We'll come into a nice seated spinal twist. Try to breathe into the twist for your stomach, ribs, and chest. And then releasing from your chest, ribs, and your stomach. Hands are going to reach up. Take a full breath here and release up towards the left. And we're going to breathe into our low back, mid back, and upper back twist. And then releasing from your upper back, mid back, and low back. Let's take ourselves back on through to neutral. We're going to take those hands back on up to the sky. Full breath in and hands to heart. Full breath out. We can release your foot down. And then left knee is going to float up and into the chest and into the stomach. Let's take that into some circles for a moment. So we're going to take this nice leg and hip flow on the other side. So as you do, just notice your body. So a lot of times, especially with the hips, we find that one hip is a lot tighter or maybe more open than the other, which just means it's more or less flexible. So you may find that the stretches feel more challenging on the side, maybe feel a little easier on the side. Let's circle in the other direction. So as you notice that, just become aware. You know, I always say that one of the best gifts that yoga gives us is that connection to our body, so that we're able to distinguish, you know, what is feeling right and what's not, and, you know, what needs to be worked on and what doesn't. So it's pretty cool how the yoga practice works. We're going to take our knee up and into our chest and into our stomach, giving that a nice little pull in. And this one is great for your hip and low back and your leg. And also they say this one is good for the digestive system. We're going to release the knee off towards the left a little bit. Avoid your stomach, rib cage, and try to pull the knee into the underarm area. And we'll just take a couple breaths here. Great. Let's draw our leg up and over, returning to the figure 4 stretch. Maybe scooting to the edge of your seat if you need to. Sitting with your spine straight. Option to fold forward. That's going to give you more stretch if you'd like that. And we're just going to let ourselves relax here. Try to clear your mind of thoughts. We always have thoughts moving through the mind, maybe thoughts for the past, thoughts for the future. Trying to release your thoughts, bring your awareness to your breath, bring your awareness to the present moment. And then remembering the present moment, the only moment where life truly exists. Let's come to a neutral spine here. Hands are going to reach up, breathe in, release to the left, breathe out. And relax your shoulders from your ears. Try to create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Come back to neutral. Hands are going to reach and stretch up, lengthen, and release to the other side. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we'll come back onto the neutral. Realign here. Take your hands right and up to the sky. Full breath in and hands to heart. Full breath out. Let's release that foot and we're going to come up to stand. We can do some standing stretches. And as we make our way to stand, let's take our feet nice and wide. And we're just going to do a little twist to the right and to the left. And as you twist to the left, lifting up your right heel just so that your knee is in the same line as your toes. Great. Let's come back to center. We're going to take our feet right in line with our hips and trying some balance poses. So we'll work with tree to start. So if it's easy to kick your shoe off, you may want to just kick that shoe off. If you don't have shoes on, that's perfect. And if you do have your shoes on, you may not want to put your foot right on the leg. You can just have it hover a little bit. So for tree, we're going to start by bringing the foot anywhere on the leg that's most comfortable. And if balance is a little tricky for you, you can have your toes on the ground, just a little bit of support here. And grab onto your chair as well. You can have your hand on the chair, such a nice support. If you're close to the wall, just hand on the wall can be a nice support as well. So you can bring your foot anywhere on the leg that feels comfortable. We just don't want to place the foot right onto the knee joint. So below the knee or above the knee is fine. And then maybe take your hand to the sky if you'd like a little shoulder stretch. And the trick with balancing is to find your drishti. We want to find one spot to focus concentration and to focus awareness. And once you find that spot, not letting the eye shift at all. Let's release the hands down. We'll do a little reset on the foot and then grounding down into your right foot. Let's lift that left leg up and we're going to take those hands to the sky as you breathe. And feel really grounded through all the parts of your right foot. So ground through the inside, through the outside. And then noticing your body's natural tendency. If you tend to roll in, maybe you tend to roll to the outside of the foot a little bit. Great. Let's release the hands down. We'll do a little reset on the foot. And taking your feet a little wider than your hips, let's take it to Umti-Kutsi. Just a little sweep side to side. Excellent. Let's bring our feet right in line with our hips. Hands can be on your hips and then drop your hips back and down. So we're going to imagine that there is a chair behind us that we want to sit back into, but we're not going to sit right down. So we want to kind of mimic that movement and we will just build some strength here in our legs. Take a gaze down to your toes. Make sure that your knees aren't moving too far forward. We want to make sure that we can see the tips of our toes. And then send your weight back into your heels so that your toes are light. Almost a feeling like the toes could lift from the ground. And then just feeling that sensation of sending your hips back and down. Let's take a little shoulder release here. We're going to interlock our fingers, take your palms to touch. We're going to lengthen. And then staying like this, option to straighten out your legs and hinge at your hips and fold down. You can keep your hands on your low back, and then you can also relax your arms away from your back body if you'd like to. Maybe relax the fronts of your shoulders and just noticing if that helps you move a little bit deeper into the shoulder stretch. And gently relaxing your hands onto your low back. Hands are going to float down towards the ground, and we're just going to come on up through the spine, nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. As you come on up to stand, let's take some shoulder roll. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Breathe in and out. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Great. Let's try another lateral stretch for the spine. We're going to take our hands up. And right hand's going to reach for your left wrist. And then we are going to cross our legs. We're going to take our left foot to the right. Lengthen and release your hands off to the right. Maybe create a little sensation that your right hand could pull your left hand to the right side of the room. So just moving you deeper into that stretch. Great. We're going to keep our feet just how they are. Realign the spine, change up the grip in the hands, and release to the left. So just feel your right hip moving off to the right side of the room. And we'll come back to center, resetting the hands, reset your feet. And we'll try that on the other side. So we're going to take our left hand for our right wrist. We're going to take our right foot to the left, lengthen and release to the left. Breathing here. So you want to breathe so deeply. We expand the lungs, expand the ribs, full breath in, full breath out. Back to neutral, changing up the grip in the hands, lengthen and release to the right. Try to feel grounded evenly through both of your feet. Back to center. Let's realign here, hands release and feet reset. And let's give it a little shake out. You can just shake out your wrists, maybe give your feet a little shake. Just get that circulation and blood flowing to the body. Great. We're going to start by bringing our hands on our hips, and right foot's going to come out in front of you. Toes are going to be on the ground to start. You can lift your leg on up. You can draw the legs to a 90-degree angle. Arms can come out into T with soft wrist, elbows, and shoulders. And finding a spot to focus on to relax into the pose. Try to relax your shoulders and also relax your jaw and your eyebrows. So just trying to let go of any tension here that you might be holding onto. Hands are going to release. Do a little reset on the foot. Left leg floats on up. Feel your core working here. Tailbone tuck, navel back, up to the spine a little bit. Try to feel that line flowing through your spine. Maybe invite a little gentle tuck to the chin just to help lengthen the back of your neck. We're going to release that one. We're going to shake it out. We can come back to our empty coat sleeve, so feet a little wider than hips. Arms sweeping side to side. Breathing in, breathing out. Great. Let's come back to a neutral position. We're going to take our shoulder rolls. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more times. And 1 last time. Let's come on back to a comfortable seated position. And sitting towards the edge of your seat once again, just how we begin our time together. We'll take a moment here, closing the eyes. Feel your feet grounded and planted here. Feel your knees in line with your heels. Knees in line with your hips. Feel that your shoulders are over the hips. You don't want to be leaning forward or back too much. Feel the core engage. Let your tailbone tuck. Feel the navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. And then creating that line that flows to the back of the neck, reaching, stretching through the crown of the head. Dropping in, connect to the rise and the fall of your breath. Lengthening as you inhale and lengthening as you exhale. Maybe encouraging your exhale to be a little bit longer than your inhale. Take a moment, begin to notice how you feel, observing your mind, your body in the moment. Feeling your mind relaxed, calm and at ease. Feeling your body aligned and balanced. Any tension that you came to class with, just feeling how that has released with breath and with movement. Allowing for the eyes to open when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's so wonderful to be here with you. I hope to see you next class. On Monday, we'll be doing all levels yoga on the yoga mat at 5:30. So I'd love for you to join us if you can. Have a great day and talk to you soon. Bye.